This is my sheet of lead, and I need to cut a strip out of it. Now I suppose I could do that with a knife, or a big pair of scissors, or shears, or tin snips. But I know tin snips is going to tend to stretch the edge right along where I cut. And I want a pretty straight edge. I'd like to stay away from any stretching because I want to roll this up. So I thought, lead is soft. Let me go ahead and try and cut it on the bandsaw. Wow, that cut much easier than I expected. Not the most beautiful cut in the world, but we'll smooth that out, and then next step will be to roll that up like a jelly roll. Okay, so I've got this great strip of lead, and I need to roll it. I need to roll it pretty tightly too. I've never done anything like this. We're going to give it a shot. I'm going to use the little wooden hammer I made as a prototype to sort of flatten out the end here. And I think I'll start by just trying to bend over this edge. I don't want to stretch this stuff too much. Actually, I don't want to stretch it at all. I'd like to just for it to just bend. But I just don't know what's going to happen, so we're going to just give it a try and see. I've also got these round nose pliers. Yeah, that doesn't look very encouraging. Of course, since I haven't secured this hammerhead, it's going to try and fly off every few hits. You can tell how soft this lead is. I mean, this little maple wooden hammer is actually forming the lead. I think it's going to be quite a challenge to get this stuff rolled down tight. But I'm just going to keep working at it. Well, I think it's going to be a process of just continuing to beat on it for a while. Wow. Just the hammer glancing off the lead has dinged it. Stuff is really soft. Well, I think I'm getting a pretty good start on it. Appears to be rolling fairly tightly. I got this little block of steel to knock on and a little heavier hammer. Obviously, have to be careful with the metal hammer. It mars the lead every time you strike it. But I'm going to continue going and just see how it works out. Well, it looks like slow and steady wins the race here, just going nice and easy and tapping and tapping. I'm hoping I'm going to get to the point where I'll just be able to roll it up on the rest of the piece and I won't have to pound on it so much. I wonder if I had something a little rounder to form it over. That's probably not going to work. This might. Nope. How about a pencil, maybe? No. The metal's just striking the edge of the table, so that's not working at all. Guess we'll just continue with the aforementioned process. No, no way I can roll it yet. There we go. Make sure that it's nice and tight. Staying even. Voila, one lead hammerhead. Not as tight as I'd like for it to be right there. I may try squeezing this in a vise and see if I can get it a little tighter. Well, after some pounding and some stretching and some squishing and basically fooling around with it, I got it pretty good. It's pretty tight. Not as good as I might like. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. Now I'll go put a slot in it for a handle using the mill. Other thing I may do is unwrap a little bit of this. This head came out a little bit larger diameter than I expected, or than I was hoping for, or that I wanted. And so I may take a wrap or two, maybe just one wrap off of this, just to give it a little more symmetry with the other hammers I'm making. Also made a lead hammer by rolling up some lead sheet. And this guy is heavy. I mean, you could whack somebody with this guy. It is... It's heavy, and it's going to pack a real solid punch, because when it hits something hard, it's just going to deform, and it's going to get nasty on the end, of course, but that means that a lot of the force gets transferred to whatever you're hitting. So the lead hammer was interesting. Getting that lead rolled up was quite a challenge.